I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. Flagler County Sheriff's deputies are investigating the death of a man in an RV, Karen Johnson reports.
Sheriff Rick Staley says a man in his 40s appears to have died in an RV that had been traveling from South Florida through Flagler County Monday morning and ended up stopping off Belterre Parkway in the Kohl's parking lot.
It appears that it was either more than likely a medical episode of some type, as there was no trauma to the individual.
The report drew a swarm of law enforcement officers to the scene, but the sheriff isn't considering the death suspicious.
And that will be determined once the medical examiner has completed their investigation along with toxicology.
Staley adds there's no concern to the community, but we're obviously investigating this, which we do all unattended deaths. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
Palm Coast City Hall has reopened its doors to visitors after a months-long closure due to the COVID-19 pandemic. City Manager Matt Morton spoke with WNZF after week 1 to tell us how it went.
And so it went off without a hitch, and we had lots of people come to the offices, and business was transacted, and I think it was a positive feeling. I know staff feels very positive about it. Brad said you went around and we're talking to a lot of directors, and I know the reports we were getting from the community was just a lot of gratefulness that it feels one more piece of normalcy was restored, and people are glad to be back.
Morton adds they're still encouraging remote work as well.
We're rotating staff in and out. We've learned so many things that we will put to work moving into the future on remote management and efficiency and how we can deliver services easier to our community, make things easier for our community. That's our goal, to remove obstacles and make our citizens the purpose of our work.
All visitors to City Hall must wear a mask and will undergo a temperature check and COVID screening at the entrance. Employees are subject to those same policies and procedures.
So what started this whole Mednex thing? State Representative Paul Renner, who represents Flagler, St. John's, and parts of Volusia County, said that what started the whole thing was that everybody got on board with the idea of teaching medicine and improving the economy.
Every mayor, every elected official, we were all in unison that this would be an unqualifiedly good thing for our community. And you've seen people act selflessly and in the interest of the community.
Beyond the community as a whole, Renner said that Mayor Melissa Holland, city manager, and council have worked to make sure that this is the right place for Mednex.
She's done a remarkable job with Matt and the rest of the city council in really digging into the important details to make sure that questions were answered so that they felt comfortable that Flagler County was a place that they could add value.
Renner said that Mednex fills not only the healthcare need, but also the health training need here in the county. To hear more of what our state representative Paul Renner has to say about the Mednex program, download the Flagler radio app and go to the Free for All Friday podcast. Tomorrow, what benefits do Flagler County taxpayers get from Mednex? From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Rich Carroll.
Local disabled veterans are the beneficiaries of a fundraising event. John Arking has the story.
The Flagler Sport Fishing Club recently donated $10,000 to the Disabled American Veterans Chapter 86. The donation was from the proceeds from the club's 2020 annual classic held last month. The money raised will be used for operating expenses at the DAV. Chris Christian is president of the Flagler Sport Fishing Club.
Every year we do a charity fishing tournament, and this year we did one, of course, had to delay it because of COVID. So we had it in August, had 120 anglers register, and based on the profits from that tournament, we usually donate to a local charity, and Disabled American Veterans happens to be the beneficiary of that charity this year.
The club has over 300 members, with about a third of them veterans, so Christian says the two groups fit together perfectly.
We've donated to them for the last 3 years, and the last couple of years we helped purchase SUVs so they can take disabled veterans to doctor's appointments. So we've helped purchase 2 of them with the proceeds from the tournament in the last 2 years. We decided over a year ago to give to DAV this year.
Anyone who would like to learn more can go to FlaglerSportFishing.com. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arking.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.